welcome to RJ Boxing SSC. Today we've got the first ever double preview and prediction today, so this is going to be a banger.
Yeah, it's the first time we've ever done two predictions in one video here at RJ Boxing, and the reason is you've got two brilliant fights on one show. You've got Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin and David Benavidez versus Alexander Gvozdyk. Both going at it, both really exciting scraps on Amazon Prime this weekend. It's actually the first time a show's ever been shown on Amazon Prime too, so it's history making in that fact too, and we're going to preview both fights here and give you our predictions for both of them. Start with the chief support, David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, one of the most exciting fighters in boxing right now, going up in weight to take on Alexander Gvozdyk, a really slick Ukrainian. We know Lomachenko, Usyk, Derevyanchenko, all these Ukrainians, Gvozdyk included, are really slick and skillful. So you've got a beast in Benavidez up against a slick boxer. It's going to be really interesting to see how this one goes and see what David Benavidez is like at a new weight too. Rav, I know you really rate David Benavidez. Do you think he's going to make the jump up in weight quite easy and win this fight?
Yeah, I think he's going to make the jump up easy in this fight. It's going to be easy work for him. I think he's actually going to be stronger. I reckon he's actually going to be a better fighter in the light heavyweight division, 175 pounds. So let's see what it is. It's going to be a challenge for him. So he's going to take another belt. So let's see if he does it or not. And I'll let you know the predictions at the end.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting, this weight jump. I think Benavidez has got the size though, isn't he? He's like 6'1", 6'2". So he's going to go up to light heavyweight quite easily. What's your thoughts on Alexander Gvozdyk? Obviously, everyone calls him the Now. He's got to be tough, but it's more about his slick boxing skills, isn't it? Do you rate him from what you've seen of him?
Yeah, the Now. I really rate him. Actually, I watched his fight against Benavidez. Really impressed me. He lasted till the 10th round, which is not bad. So, because most people don't last 3 or 4 rounds with Benavidez, he's just a beast. So, he was really moving really well against Benavidez, so he weren't really getting caught with that right hand. He was coming across and he's missing the cross. So he lasted 10 rounds, which is really impressive. But can he do it against David Benavidez? Let's wait and see.
This one, we're going to get straight to the point because, as we said, we're previewing, predicting two fights. I'm going to go with David Benavidez. I'm pretty sure most people will in this one. I'll rate Gvozdyk, but after that Benavidez loss that Rav just mentioned, he had 4 years out of the ring. That tells me that he don't like hard fights, that Benavidez broke his heart. He's probably trying to come back, get back to the top, get some more money now, but he's coming up against another beast in Benavidez. And if Benavidez, you couldn't handle being in there with him, Benavidez doesn't hit as hard as Benavidez. He's not as skillful as Benavidez, but he's got a fucking higher work rate and will be on you all night, and he's so strong himself. So I think it's going to be a really hard night for Gvozdyk. I think a bit like the Benavidez fight, it was a really good fight for Rav to mention. I think it'll go like that. I think Gvozdyk will box well for about 3-4 rounds, probably pop Benavidez up a bit. People thought he was starting to win that fight against Benavidez, but just like in that fight though, the Russian broke the Ukrainian down. Now the Mexican's going to break the Ukrainian down in this one, unfortunately. And I think Benavidez overwhelms him, batters him in the mid-rounds and stops him in about 8-9 rounds. That's my prediction. What's your thoughts, Rav, on this one?
My prediction on this is that David, the monster Benavidez, is going to do it. He is an absolute monster. His nickname says it all. He's going to stop him. He's going to knock him out. He's too powerful for him. I know Benavidez is powerful, but David Benavidez, he's going to be up there with Benavidez one day. He's still young, so he's still working his way up. So watch his space.
Yeah, it's going to be a proper good fight. We're both going with Benavidez. Let us know your predictions. And now, stay tuned because we're about to preview Tank versus Martin. In the ring after 14 months out, taking on Frank Martin. This is a fight people have wanted to see for a long time. These guys have known each other a while. Apparently, the spar they had a couple years back was one of the best spars that a lot of people have ever seen. You can find a few clips of it on YouTube. They were both giving as good as they've got. But when it comes to in the ring, Gervonta Davis usually always gets the job done. He's at his best weight here, probably at lightweight. Rav, are you confident in Tank getting the win in this one?
Yeah, I'm confident Tank getting the win, definitely. The reason why I think Tank's going to win, he's just too powerful. He's too powerful for anyone in the welterweight division. He's going to outdo anyone. He's just too strong, too solid. He's small, but he's got brilliant movement and he's got the power. He comes in and just knocks people out for fun.
Yeah, Frank Martin is a slick boxer though, but do you think it's just going to be Gervonta Davis's power that's going to be the difference?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the power. Martin is good, but I think Davis is too skillful, and he's got the power. He's just going to outbox him and outpower him, so he's going to outclass him basically. They're both southpaws, but he's going to do him.
Yeah, I think Rav's right here. I think Frank Martin is a good, slick southpaw, a world level fighter, but Gervonta Davis is pound for pound. Gervonta Davis is elite, and everyone talks about Davis's power, which probably will be the difference, but he is a really good boxer himself. So yeah, we're going to break down how these two boxers are going to go at it and what they got to do to get on top in this fight and get the win. So yeah, Gervonta Davis is the big favourite in this one, but Frank Martin is a very good fighter. So Davis, to get the win, has to be at his best. It's not going to be an easy night for him. Rav, what has Gervonta Davis got to do to win this one?
What he's got to do to win this, be on the back foot. As Martin comes in, he's got to catch him on the back foot. So obviously when he comes in with a cross, you just boom, and just stay on the back foot and really catch him. You don't want us to be stepping in too much. He wants to stay on the back foot because that's how he's going to outwork him. Obviously Martin's got the range, so obviously he wants to keep his distance. He's going to try popping the jab out and try coming in. So obviously Davis has got to stay on the back foot and just catch him that way. That's what I think he's going to get the win that way.
Yeah, it's the way Gervonta Davis usually fights, and I don't think Frank Martin is good enough to make him have to change. We saw he's done it against Ryan Garcia, he's done it against Leo Santa Cruz, he's done it against Pitbull Cruz. Gervonta Davis usually deals with these type of fighters quite well, but I'll give a few tips of what I think Frank Martin has to do to win. I think he's got to be busy, and I think he's got to be willing to go into that fire, go into that heat, into that close range with Gervonta Davis and outwork him. Maybe risk getting hit with big shots, risk getting knocked down. But if you try and play with Gervonta Davis and you let him get into his flow, let him find his range, look what happened to Ryan Garcia. He got hurt, he got taken out. The man who has gave Gervonta Davis his hardest fight is Pitbull Cruz, a guy who literally just got on him, rushed him, and Gervonta Davis' boxing skills just about scraped him through that one. Frank Martin might not be a usual come forward fighter like Pitbull Cruz, a rough and tough one, but he has got really good boxing skills, which could be the difference. So he could be there in that southpaw stance, really busy, popping all the time, throwing all these shots, angling off, and just not letting Gervonta Davis rest the whole fight. I think Frank Martin would have to put in the performance of his life to win this one, but he's good enough to do it. Gervonta Davis just has to be on his A game to beat him. So we're going to give our predictions now. Prediction time for the big one then, the main event. Really exciting lightweight fight. The winner of this one goes on to hopefully fight like the likes of Shakur Stevenson, Vasyl Lomachenko, people like that. Rav, what's your prediction? Who are you picking in this one?
Right, I'm picking in this one, I'm picking the Tank, and I think it's going to be an early stoppage. Round 7, I think that he's going to stop him. He's going to be on the back foot, but he's also going to be coming forward as well, because he's going to want to rough him up a little bit to tire him out. He's going to throw body shots as well to wear him down, and he's going to outwork him. So it's going to be a good fight. But Martin's good, but he ain't good enough.
Yeah, I'm going to go similar. I'll go slightly later. I think I'm going to go Gervonta Tank Davis winning by TKO or maybe a clean knockout cold in round 9. I think Frank Martin will make it a good fight. They're hyped up, they've got some beef, they've shared the ring in sparring already, and apparently it was really aggressive, hard sparring. They were trying to knock each other out. So they'll probably finish where they left off here and go at it again. I just think in that fight, as much as I rate Frank Martin, I like him as a fighter. I like his personality outside the ring, but Gervonta Davis is just that guy, man, isn't he? He's going to time him coming in. He's going to catch him with big shots. He might even have to come from behind on the scorecards, but I think at some point Davis catches him, probably with that big left hand over the top, waiting for Frank Martin to come in. And I would say, let's go for the exciting moment. He knocks him out clean in the 9th round. So yeah, people, let us know your predictions for both of these fights, and thank you for watching.